Shelby Derrick, last name Derrick.
Ms. Derrick, back in September of 2014, where were you employed?
I was employed at Lexington County Sheriff's Department as a crime scene investigator.
In general terms, what is a crime scene investigator?
We help out with the investigation. We're notified. We go to the scene location, take photographs, document with notes, photographs, collect any possible evidence, and carry on with the investigation. So,
And back in 2014, at that time, how long have you been in law enforcement?
2014 would have been, I think, right at 9 years.
Back on September 23rd of 2014, did you do something in relation to this case?
I did.
Would you tell the jury what you did?
I did a number of things. I actually drove to a location, Atlanta, Georgia, picked up evidence, as well as I did a supplement search warrant of the residence, and I believe I picked up or delivered other evidence to other various locations.
Let me show you a cell phone that's been marked states number 91 that's in evidence. And ask if you recognize that.
I do.
Is this one of the items that you drove to Atlanta to retrieve?
Yes, sir.
Who did you actually get this item from?
I drove to Atlanta and met with the Jackson, Mississippi Division FBI agent, Bode, I believe, or is it Bodie? B-O-B-E?
Bobby.
Met with them, and she transferred the evidence over to me.
And where did you meet her at?
It was a Marriott hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. It's 2000 Century Boulevard.
Now, when I refer to it as States 91, the jury doesn't know what that is. So can you tell the jury what that item is?
This is a Samsung Galaxy Note 3 cell phone.
Now, when that item was handed to you, do you remember whether it was already sealed or whether you sealed it?
It was already packaged and sealed.
Did you go and break the seal and go into it at all?
No, sir. She just transferred the custody over to me.
Okay, so once it was transferred into you, at any time, did you ever go inside that package?
No, sir.
So the security seal was on it and was sealed for the whole time you had it?
Yes, sir.
At some point, did you tell the jury what you did with that item once you retrieved it?
Once I gained custody or took custody of the items that were transferred, the cell phone and several other items, I placed them in my vehicle that I had driven down there. It was a Lexington County, my Lexington County crime scene truck. And I brought the evidence back to Lexington County. At that point, I believe I logged them into our crime lab because the time, and then did the paperwork to log them into our evidence room, and then logged them into our evidence room once time.
When you logged them into your evidence room, did you actually turn it over physically to somebody?
I did.
And do you remember who that individual was?
I believe it was evidence custodian Candy Kaiser.
At any time that that item was in your possession, did you open it up and go inside?
No, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Derrick. Please answer any questions that Mr. Young has.
Ms. Derrick,
No.
did you on September the 9th have occasion to go to the Jones home on South Lake Drive?
Hey, 1 second. Let me get that report. September 9th?
Yep.
Yes, sir. September 9th at about 10:15 hours, which is 10:15 a.m., I went to 2155B South Lake Drive.
And did you take pictures of the inside of that residence?
Yes, sir. I executed a search warrant in the presence of, well, at that time it was Detective Sergeant Jesse Lance, Lieutenant Lance. Along with him, I executed the search warrant, which basically I start on the outside of the house, take photographs of the exterior and in the interior, and go from there.
And I'm going to mark these as one exhibit. At a later time, first I need you to look through them and see if this is a copy of the pictures that you took.
Okay.
tag on a couple of them.
Yeah, I took a few.
Does that appear to be all the pictures you took?
Yes, sir.
And are they accurate?
Yes, sir. They're fair and accurate.
Your Honor, signed the defense would offer exhibit number 119, the pictures taken by Ms. Garrett of 2155B South Lake Drive.
No picture, Your Honor.
Now, if you're gonna pull any out, I want those marked as 119 A, B, or C, something along those lines. That way we keep track of it.
Yes, sir.
All right? Fair enough there. Admitted without objection. That's fine. How do we know which one they show if we don't mark it as a subpart? Make the record clear. We've been trying to do that, for heaven's sakes.
Mr. I'm showing you what's marked as defense exhibit number 119A. Can you tell, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what that is?
It's a plastic drawer out of like a Rubbermaid container with 3 or 4 drawers. It's a plastic drawer with what appears to be different medication items or pill bottles or different bottles of some sorts, a thermometer and some other things.
Does there appear to be 3 sort of blue different packs of meds in them?
There's 3 blue color paper packs that appear to be medication. I don't know what those,
And I'm going to show you
a little punch pouches. I'm not sure what they're called.
I'm going to show you one defense number 120, 121, and 133 for ID, and ask you, take a look at those, look at the picture. Do those appear to be the same?
Okay, I'd like to at least see what we know.
I think that's fair. those packages marked 120, 121, and 133?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we would offer defense exhibit number 120, 121, and 123, and 133.
Any, no objection, 120, 121, and 133.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what these are?
Well, they're labeled Chantix.
Okay. It's just blister packs of
There
medication
you go.
labeled Chantix.
Blister packs, that's what they're called. Yeah. Seriously.
Just 1 second.
Sure.
Come to the approach.
Okay.
All right, take a lunch break. We got the jury, we'll talk about the case.
We'll get y'all back in here, 12:25. 1:45, long enough for y'all. Hey, once y'all finish lunch, y'all want to sit in the jury room, y'all will go downstairs, they'll have to get downstairs and get some fresh air. You're not confined to the room. So y'all use your professional judgment. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Y'all look up what you're talking. Mr. Young, still your witness. Mr. Derrick, you're still on oath.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, I'm going to show you one more photograph. I believe this one inadvertently came off of my stack. Does that look like one of the pictures you took?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, yes, sir. I don't know if it was on.
Is that on?
Did you hear me on that? Yep.
So,
If it's okay with the court and the state, I'm just going to add this picture that I inadvertently left off of to the back of the binder clip of 119.
No objection as long as it's
Is that gonna go in there? Oh, no, you're not, you just add it to it.
Add it to it. Now, Mr. While you were photographing the inside of 2155B South Lake, did you notice a number of religious books, different books about religion, about God?
There was several books, textbooks, Bibles, religious books, a lot of different types of books.
A lot of religious paraphernalia.
Yes.
Did you at one point in time lay out those books and take just sort of pictures of each one of the religious books? Show you what's been marked as 119B.
Yes, sir.
And then were there other things that you were interested in taking pictures of while you were at the residence?
Just the interior of the residence, the state that we found it in, the amount of clothes, if there was anything that pointed out to us. I think at that point we had heard something about electric sockets, so I did photograph a bunch of the electric sockets.
So you photographed all the electrical sockets?
Yes, sir.
And you photographed the picture of the circuit breaker box?
I did.
So you were sort of paying attention to this.
Yes, sir.
And did you test any of the outlets?
I did not personally know, sir.
Good. Of course. Sir, that's all the questions I have at this time. Thank you.
Your Honor, the state has no questions at this time, it's just subject to recall.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, sir. We'll may see you again.
All right.
Enjoy your afternoon.
State calls Andy Kaiser to stand.
So I swear to affirm and testify that the truth shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. Put your seat in the state, your full name, spelling your last name.
Candy Kaiser, K-Y-Z-E-R,
I'm sorry, how do you spell your first name?
C-A-N-D-Y,
Ms. Kaiser, where are you employed, ma'am?
with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department.
And what do you do there?
I'm an evidence custodian.
And would you tell the jury what an evidence custodian does?
We get in packages or evidence from investigators or deputies in cases. What we do is we enter them into the computer system, put a barcode label on them, and then package them and store them until they're needed for processing or court purposes.
And how long have you worked for the Sheriff's Department as an evidence custodian?
I've actually been with the Sheriff's Department for 24 years, or almost 24 years. I've done evidence for 16.
So is it fair to say that you intake evidence, you keep it secure, let it out when it needs to go out, bring it to court when it needs to come to court?
Correct.
In the regular course of the business of the Sheriff's Department and the evidence department, do you all keep track of the movement of pieces of evidence in and out of the Sheriff's Department?
We do.
And is that made at or near the time of the event that it occurs?
That's correct.
Meaning when you move something, you actually record that event?
Yes, the computer system that we have allows us to enter that into the computer system, and we have the capabilities of signing it out, along with, we can get my signature and the person that we're signing it out to, their signature also.
Actually, do you all have like barcode tracking?
Yes, we do.
And do you have a document that helps you explain the movement of a particular piece of item that you brought to the stand?
I do.
Let me show you stage number 91, which is a Samsung Galaxy Note 3 cell phone. and ask if you recognize that as an item that was maintained in the Lexington County Sheriff's Department for significant periods of time.
It is.
And the document you have shows the movement of that phone within the Sheriff's Department and also leaving out and coming back, is that correct?
That's correct.
If you would help walk me through that item as it comes into the Sheriff's Department, when is the first entry that you have that references that cell phone?
The first entry that I have is where Shelby Derrick seized it on September the 23rd, 2014.
The next entry, what does it show that Ms. Derrick or CSI Derrick does with it?
The next entry shows that what it is she's completing the voucher on that same day. And then the following entry is on September the 25th, she's actually handing it to a custodian, which is me.
So she actually physically handed that phone to you.
That's correct.
Once it was in your possession, did you ever break any of the seals or go inside or do anything to the phone itself inside?
No, I did not.
So after you received the phone, tell the jury where it goes next.
Once I sign it in and make sure that everything on it is correct, then I ended up putting it in a storage location in our warehouse until it is needed again, which at that time would be when Mike Phipps comes to get it on January the 7th of 2015.
So let me back up just a second. On September 25th of 2014, after you got it from Shelby Derrick, it went into a particular spot in the evidence room.
Yes, it did.
And then now you're testifying that on January 7th, you actually retrieved that item and released it to Mike Phipps. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Hey, who is Mike Phipps?
He is he does with all the cell phones and computers. He does all the downloading of those items.
So it goes to Mike Phipps for the document at 8:39 in the morning. Is that correct?
That's correct.
January 7th. When does Agent Phipps return it to you?
He returns it back that same day
Okay. Approximately
at 8:52.
13 minutes later.
Yes.
All right. The next entry then, so it comes back into your possession on January 7th at 8:52. What do you do with it that day? Be honest, Stephanie.
On the 22nd, let's see, I sign it back out on January the 7th to Mike Phipps.
So the same day at 9 o'clock, now you're signing it back out.
Back out to him.
Agent Phipps.
Yes.
All right. And then describe what happens next.
Then on the 22nd of January at 2:49, he brings it back and I sign it back in.
So he had it in his possession for about 15 days and then it comes back to the Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
All right. What happens next?
Then I ended up on September the 28th of 2017, I signed it out to Detective Adam Creech.
And then what happens next?
The same day, Adam Creech ends up taking it to a lab for testing, and he turns it over to Brett Dove.
And then what's I believe the last one?
Then it looks like it comes back in from Mike Phipps on December the 4th, 2018.
So it was on September 28th of 17, it was released to Brett Dove. And then Mike Phipps turns it back in and it's been in the Sheriff's Department custody in your evidence room since.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Kaiser. Please answer any questions the defense may have for you.
Okay.
Do you
were a little confusing. Paige, do you have any independent, do you remember receiving this in or checking it out?
Not right offhand because it's been so many years ago. We usually go off of the documentation that the computer provides for us.
That's all the questions I have.
Step down.
State College, Lieutenant Britt Dove.
My name is David B. Dove, D-O-V-E.
Ms. Lieutenant, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Would you tell the jury where you're employed and what you do there?
I'm employed by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, also known as SLED. I'm the lieutenant in charge of the Computer Crime Center. On a day-to-day basis, I handle the management of the unit. I assign cases. I do forensic examinations of digital items, investigations. I'm also an evidence custodian with us and handle the validation and accreditation for our unit for ASCLD and ANAB.
How long have you worked with SLED?
I've been at SLED a couple weeks short of 11 years.
And how long have you been in law enforcement?
I've been in law enforcement a little over 19 years.
And you have a document, I believe, that you brought up with you that talks about the chain of custody on the piece of item.
Yes, sir, I do.
And are you considered the records custodian as far as this particular item that we're discussing?
Yes, sir, I am.
States 91 is a Samsung cell phone. And I see a barcode with a 70140142 and an item number 27 with a green sticker. Can you tell the jury what that means?
What that means is once we receive an item into our lab, we assign it a case number that is unique to our unit. The 70, the first two numbers, represents our unit as far as SLED goes with computer crimes. Next two numbers are the year for the case when it was originally opened with our unit, and then the following four numbers are the case number for us. Then you have a dash and another number, which is the item number in that case. Every time we receive evidence in, we enter it into the computer, it prints a label, we adhere the label to it. That's how we track evidence in our unit. The green dot on there, once something is processed by us, it gets a green dot if it was a successful process. If there's an error or some kind of malfunction with a hard drive, for instance, it would receive a red dot.
So the top barcode is the SLED barcode.
Yes, sir.
Would you describe to the jury how that phone came to SLED and came to be in your possession?
Yes, sir. On September 28th, 2017, Detective Creech with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department had previously contacted me about bringing evidence in on this case. I met him when he came in. It was a large number of items, so we helped him carry the items up from downstairs to our second floor location. While he was there, I was speaking with him while the items were being logged in and numbers were being adhered to them. They were also being checked and photographed. Then once the items came in and that was completed, myself and one of the other employees with the unit took the items to the evidence vault and placed them on the shelf in the evidence vault.
As far as opening the item or doing anything into it, at this time you would have opened it to verify serial number, is that correct?
Yes, sir, we would have.
But as far as doing anything else at that time, nothing else would have been done?
No, sir.
All right. So what was the date and time that it was received from SLED from Detective Creech?
It was logged in as September 28, 2017 at 10:13 a.m.
From that point on, would you explain the movement of the phone to the jury?
Yes, after that point, after he came in, like I said, it was a large number of items that were logged in. So after they were logged in, the items were taken and placed in the evidence vault on a shelf at approximately 10:40 on September 28, 2017. Because of the items, I began processing some of the computers in the case. And then on October 13, 2017, at approximately 13:31, 1:31 p.m., I removed this item from evidence to begin processing it. Once I got through processing it on the same date, October 13th, at approximately 3:48 p.m., I returned it to the evidence vault.
Let me stop you there for a second. when the item originally came in, you said that you didn't break the seal to go into it to verify the serial numbers. Obviously, you could have searched somewhere to go in later and also make sure you knew what you had. Did you reseal it at that time?
We reclosed it, yes, sir.
And then on October 13th, you actually removed it out yourself, and you said you did an examination on it.
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, that would have been a logical examination?
Yes, sir, I was able to perform a logical examination of the cell phone. I was not able to get a physical examination at the time.
So let me stop you there and let's talk about what is just, if you would explain to the jury, what is a Cellbrite examination and what is a logical examination that you perform?
Cellbrite is a software and hardware device that can be used to extract things from tablets, cell phones. It go in and it decodes a lot of the apps that you have on your phone, a lot of the information, and it'll extract that information. It does it in just strictly read-only form so that it can't put information back on the phone. Such if I want to type a cell phone number in there, I couldn't do that. It'll pull that information off and produce it in a report. A logical is basically what you can pull out your phone and look at and see on there right now. Whereas a physical, you can get deleted items, things that you may not be able to see, you thought you deleted are still in memory, and sometimes it'll also give you additional file system information.
So on that day, October 13th of 2017, you performed a successful, because of the green dot, logical examination. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
According to the chain of custody, explain to the jury what happens after you finish that and you return it back to the evidence room storage.
After I returned it back on October 13th to the evidence locker, on July 30th, 2018, pursuant to request from the prosecutor's office and the defense in this case, there was a defense expert that came to our office and the phone was signed out to him. At that time, he took it, he performed whatever examinations he was going to do on it, research on it, and then he signed that back in on July 31st, 2018 to us at approximately 12:47 p.m.
His name was what?
Jake Green.
And would you explain how Mr. Green got access to the phone? It actually looks like from your records that he got it out on July 30th at 11:15, and he didn't return it until the next day, July 31st at 12:47. You've all didn't let him leave the building with it, though, right?
No, sir. What happens when we have a defense expert come to our unit for any case, because we never know if there's potential for contraband, and to also maintain the integrity of it, they will come, they will sign it out from us in our unit. Now, our unit is a controlled environment. It has key swipe to get in. And the only people that are allowed in are SLED employees between 8:30 and 5, Monday through Friday. Outside of that 5 p.m. or before 8:30, the only people allowed into the unit are myself, the other employees of the unit, and command staff are able to get access, except in an emergency situation, the fire department. So once he came in and signed it out from us, he would have gone around the corner to a cube that we have set up with just a monitor, and it has a cabinet that has a key in it, and it has power in the cube. He would have been able to set his equipment up. Once he sets his equipment up, he can begin his processing. If for any time, whether it's him or another expert needs to leave for the day, or they want to take lunch or go to the restroom, that cabinet they're able to use, they're able to place the item in there, close it, lock it, take the key with them when they leave, and then when they return, they're able to unlock it and continue their processing.
So this shows that he finished whatever examination he was going to do and returned the item actually physically to you at what time?
He returned it to me July 31st at 12:47 p.m.
2018.
Yes, sir.
And then once you got it back in your hands, what did you do with it?
I took it then. He signed that out along with several other items. So I took all the items and placed them back into the evidence vault on July 31st, 2018 at 12:52 p.m.
And it was back in the evidence room sitting there.
Yes, sir. It was in the evidence vault.
What's the final entry that you show as far as SLED's involvement with States 91, the Samsung Galaxy Note 3?
With this item, it was signed out November 26, 2018 at 2:11 p.m. and it was signed out to Detective Phipps with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Please answer any questions the defense may have.
BTW, I guess it's
Celebrate
Yes, sir.
software, which is extracting from cell phones, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mike Fitz at the sheriff's office, he basically has that same software, correct?
He may have, I believe he does have that, but there's also other software out there that can be utilized.
I'll question that. Nothing else.
You can stand down.
Thank you.